Hello everyone, welcome back to the Testamnet of Sherlock Holmes. So we now have our evidence to look at that we got from the thing. Okay, so what have we got? Okay, well, let's have a look at the finger first. Okay, I have no idea if I'm going to be doing anything
No,
right.
I can't do that.
Okay, well, Sherlock will just tell me if I'm supposed to
No, I can't do...
anything. Scalpel?
Tooth marks, rather deep ones. I'd say of incisors and a canine.
Interesting.
Tooth marks.
Yeah, very nice.
Tooth marks. Black and damp earth under the nail. Interesting. Fragments of skin. A phalanx. This finger wasn't cut off. It was ripped off.
Yeah.
No, I can't do...
Oh, okay, I used the tweezers on that.
Severed finger. I am afraid of the significance.
The thieves didn't get what they wanted. When they were faced with the bishop's refusal to cooperate, one of the gang shook his finger at him to indicate that he was responsible for his unfortunate state.
And the poor man, whose head was the only part of him not bound by ropes, bit the finger violently enough to sever it. An uncommonly savage act.
Watson, I am certain that when we have explained the reasons behind this sudden bestiality, we will have revealed a larger part of the mystery.
Okay. So...
No, I can't do that.
Okay, so I can't look at
There
that.
is something written on this scalpel. I should clean it.
Okay.
No, I can't do that. I can see something. Ah, I can make out WCCH. What do the initials stand for? How many hospitals are there in the Whitechapel area, Watson?
If we count public dispensaries, enough to keep us busy for an entire month. Did this scalpel come from a hospital?
Yes, as the initials WCCH engraved upon it show us. We must think on how best to deal with this. We do not have the time to investigate every hospital in Whitechapel.
Okay, so... one of them might work at the hospital?
This fragment of stone is very smooth, and it seems to be of a peculiar quality. I shall have to strip it with one of my products.
Okay, the acid.
I can see something. No, I can't do...
Okay.
No, I can't do... This stone
okay.
is granite, covered in black paint.
Interesting.
I have cut a small piece off the rope. That should be enough. This rope is only worn on one side.
Interesting.
No, I can't do that. A lot of fragments of black stone are wedged into this rope. Their color seems unnatural, but they are too small for me to examine them. These small stones resemble the pieces found in the footprints at the bishop's house. Granite, painted black. Black and damp earth. No, I can't... I must compare the samples of earth that I found.
Okay, forgot that I should try tweezers on the dirt.
I must compare the samples of earth that I found. And if I mix this earth with another substance...
Water?
Now it must all be stirred.
Stirred with... brush?
No, I can't...
Okay, with
The
that.
samples of earth taken from beneath the fingernail and from the ropes originate from the same place.
How do you know?
It took just a little water to analyze the consistency. The soil has retained its moisture, even though there hasn't been rain in London for over a week.
This soil could come from the bank of a river, or somewhere where the evaporation is slower. A mine, perhaps, or a trench.
The banks of the Thames are clay soil, unlike our samples, so we can rule that out. The nearest mines are 12 miles away, so I would rule that out also. I would therefore conclude your last theory to be nearer the mark.
A trench?
A pit. Watson, bring me your register of the London hospitals.
Studying the scalpel has given you an idea, then?
Indeed.
I'll get it.
Okay. And I'm now controlling Watson. Okay, so where are we going? Okay, got this. You guys can pause and read if you want, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be not read.
Read the paper, Holmes.
Oh, okay, we're going into another room. Just looking around. Don't know what I might be able to click on. Okay, there's nothing in there.
And this is how my dear friend and colleague treats his clients' letters.
Nice.
Hospitals and dispensaries in London. I have found my book, Holmes.
Good. Put it on the work table, will you?
Okay, yeah, I just want to finish looking up.
General practitioner. That won't be of any use to me. Female anatomy. I should put this book somewhere else.
Nice one, Holmes.
The harpoon that was used to kill Black Peter. A horrible murder.
Okay, what's in this room? This would probably be Watson's room.
Here is where I write my stories about Holmes's cases. And I've got work to do.
Okay. I think that's it. Okay, let's go get this book to Holmes.
This bust was used to fool Colonel Moran during the case of the empty house.
Oh, okay, and I got achievement. Yay. Okay, but it won't let me put the book on here. It won't let me do it.
I have found.
Good.
Off. I had to select it first.
Here is the
There.
section showing Whitechapel. I made several notations on these pages during our investigation into the Ripper, which might prove useful. All we need to do is to find a hospital or a public dispensary near a location where pits have been dug and black granite has been used.
It's simplicity itself. I haven't finished my analysis.
Okay, now I control Sherlock. Okay, rose worn on only one side.
Now I can make the right
There
decision.
we go. Okay, so yeah, it was like near a grave.
I haven't finished my analysis.
Okay. Okay, cemetery right there.
The public dispensary number 4661. It's just opposite the Whitechapel Street Cemetery.
Yes, Watson. The murderer with the missing finger must work in the cemetery, or at least visit it. He could have taken a rope, one of the type they use to lower the coffins into the graves. The granite is minute particles of tombstone.
And he only had to cross the road to steal a scalpel from the dispensary opposite.
There we go.
We must analyze all our clues, Watson. I need something.
Oh, okay. Yep, like I know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, there we go.
Poison, and apparently very virulent.
Okay, I had to actually look up my guide on that one, because I don't know I was meant to figure that one out. Okay, result of the analysis of poison ministered to the Bishop of Knightsbridge. Something that provokes a heightened aggression close to madness, death by cardiac arrest. Interesting.
Poison. Discreet, efficient, and only detectable via a thorough post-mortem.
Have you been able to isolate the active components, Holmes?
Not with any certainty. This toxic substance surpasses my own knowledge in the field. It is without doubt the work of an expert chemist.
A chemist and a criminal.
As you say, please find my monograph on poisoners of the last 30 years.
Okay.
Later, Watson, later.
Okay, so what are we doing now?
I must find Holmes's file on criminals reputed in the field of chemistry.
Oh, okay, so that would probably be in his room somewhere. Maybe. Ah, there it is. Okay, so let's give it to him. Or I'll let you guys pause and read if I can click up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so if you guys want to pause and read, probably did that too fast. Okay, there. Okay, that's it. So let's go give this to Sherlock.
The work table, where Holmes analyzes things.
According to these documents, Hans Schielmann, known as the Rat Killer, was considered the greatest specialist in chemical poison in the world.
Is he at liberty?
Happily, no. He has been held in the high-security wing of London's Westgate prison for many years now.
Then he cannot be the one who concocted the poison.
Don't dismiss him too quickly, Watson. According to Scotland Yard, the man is exceptionally intelligent. For the greatest criminals, prison is but a mere obstacle. Let's plan a little visit to see Mr. Schielmann tomorrow.
So I guess he might have like a successor or something.
Let us look at our deduction board, Watson.
Okay, deduction board. Okay. Okay, this would be in a new page. On Bishop Murs of Vampires. Okay, there we go.
Perfect. Well done, Watson. Our board is finished. It confirms that the Bishop's murderers work for one person, who, amongst other things, possesses a very sophisticated poison. They therefore act for someone more educated than themselves. You remember Wiggins and his gang, the Baker Street Irregulars?
Yes, the street urchins, whom you employ upon occasion, and Wiggins is their leader.
Yes. Well, I have hired their services again. I have instructed them to find out the address of the Bishop's nephew.
I think he's here.
Hello, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, my young friend, have you found the information for which the good Dr. Watson is going to pay you?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, it was easy.
Very well, I understand. Here are a few pennies.
Thanks, Dr. Watson. The man you're looking for lives near Kensington.
Does he live alone?
Yes, but he rents a room for an old lady.
Did she see you?
No, Mr. Holmes. No one saw me.
Perfect. Watson, give our young friend another shilling as a reward for his discretion.
Here we go again. But of course.
There's always Watson who has to do the
I'm
money.
falling asleep, Holmes. Aren't you tired?
No, I have an exceptional constitution. I can't remember ever having been fatigued by work. Idleness, on the other hand, exhausts me completely. Go to bed, Watson. The night will be short. We leave at dawn.
Wow, this is a real adventure. It's exciting. I like it better than made-up stories. I want to know what happens next. Keep reading. I'm going to. Ah, I want to listen to. My readers must excuse me if I do not describe in full detail here the terrible images which haunted me that night.
I had a sense that something extraordinary would take place, but I was scarcely prepared for the reality of it. Good morning, Holmes. Did you get any rest?
I did not attempt to sleep.
Have you managed to come to any conclusions?
I think that we might follow 3 trails. We can visit Whitechapel to try to discover the identity of the murderers by making inquiries at Dispensary 4661 and at the Whitechapel Street Cemetery.
The poison trail seems more important to me. We should perhaps go to Westgate Prison first to see Hans Schielman.
Yes, and let us not forget the bishop's irascible nephew, whose address we now have, thanks to my Baker Street irregulars. I have located each place on our map of London.
Holmes, let me remind you that we still have not been officially instructed to investigate this affair.
Ah, well, we will just have to hide that small detail.
And one of my friends just sent me a message. Okay.
What should we do next, Holmes?
We must explore all our leads. Let us take a look at the map of London.
Okay, map. Should be this one here. Maybe. No. Okay. Oh, okay, we just click on the door. Okay, we want to go to the jail, don't we?
Westgate Prison. Here we are at the famous Westgate Prison, one of the oldest and surest in the kingdom.
I've heard that it is soon going to be demolished. Don't you find it strange that it still houses criminals as dangerous as Hans Schielman?
There's nothing strange about it, Watson. The name of this prison is linked with numerous failed escape attempts. As long as it stands, the criminals will fear it.
Good morning, gentlemen. Are you expected?
No, but we wish to meet with one of your prisoners, Hans Schielman.
I'm afraid that at the moment that is impossible. Access to the cells is controlled strictly. You can't go there without permission from the director.
Then would you be so good as to announce us? I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson.
The famous Holmes and Watson. What an honour. My name is Brighton. Frank Brighton. I'm afraid I can't announce you. I'm not allowed to leave my post, under any circumstances. But I'm sure that the director won't refuse to see you, even without an appointment. Do you see the corridor behind the reception? Follow it to the secretary's office. You'll find him there.
Thank you, Warden Brighton. One last thing. Hans Schielman received any visits lately?
None. And I'm sure because I've dealt with receiving visitors for several weeks now. I volunteered because it's a calm post to be in. We don't get many visitors and it gives me time to write. Just like you, Dr. Watson. I enjoy literature and the...
Very good. Thank you.
Okay, yeah,
That
not
was
interesting.
very impolite, Holmes. That man admires our work. You could have given him...
Another time. Let's go and meet the director of the prison.
Yeah, we're kind of in the middle of something, Watson. Let's just sneak
This
in.
is the entrance to the ordinary prisoner's cell. There's no point in going there.
Yeah, don't mind me, I'm not snooping around. You didn't see me go this way.
Closed.
Damn. Ew. Oh no, it's just the room that I came from.
Closed.
Thinking, it's a room that I could go in.
Sorry, but this area is prohibited without a pass. Please leave.
Aw, damn.
We must see the prison director quickly.
Sorry.
Closed.
So now I can move the character faster.
Locked. I can feel a draft. This must be the access to the inside yard.
Okay, interesting.
Closed. Staff cloakroom. Closed. Closed. Let us go to the secretary's office.
Yes, it's the only place that we can go.
Ahem. Good morning, miss.
Oh, excuse me, I dropped off. Good morning, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We would like to talk to the director.
I'll just go and see if he can receive you.
Tiredness, pale face, stiffness. I believe that the young lady is expecting a happy event.
It would seem so. The director's office, Mr. P. Patterson. No need to go in there.
What should we do next, Holmes?
This small rack is for urgent letters to be given immediately to the director.
This charming secretary is Miss Jenny Patterson.
Strange. The director and the secretary have the same name.
I reckon it's the same person.
I'm delighted to meet you, Mr. Holmes. I am Paul Patterson, director of this establishment.
They're probably brother and
You wish
sister.
to talk to me. I hope this unexpected visit isn't to announce bad news.
No, do not worry. We are investigating an affair of the highest importance, one which could potentially affect the security of the kingdom. Therefore, it is imperative that we interview one of your prisoners, Hans Schielmann.
Hans, the rat killer. He's been in here for a long while now, and he's had no contact with the outside. How could he be involved in such an affair?
That is what we would like to find out.
And you have been commissioned by Scotland Yard?
Evidently.
Yeah, no.
Very well. I have complete confidence in you, Mr. Holmes. I will draw up a pass that you should give to Warden James in the guard room. He will show you to the cells.
Thank you, Director.
Keep me informed of your progress. And if there is anything else, don't hesitate to let me know.
We shall certainly do so.
Miss Patterson, you have the same name as the director. Are you related?
Come, Watson. Anyone who might have made the slightest study of anthropology would have noted the similarities between the young lady and her father.
Mr. Holmes is right, I am his daughter, but he doesn't like to talk about it. I think he's afraid of being accused of favoritism.
I'm sure it was your qualities alone which secured you this position, miss.
If you must try out your powers of seduction, then what do you say about using them on the rat killer? Goodbye, miss.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Okay, sorry about that. I had to clean my throat a little bit. Okay. Guessing we can now go into the office we couldn't go in before.
Sorry, but this area is prohibited without a pass. Please leave.
Probably have to select it first. There we go. Okay, now we can go in.
Ah, you've got a pass for the high security area. It's the door at the end. Go ahead.
Okay, cutscene.
My name is Peter James, Chief Warden, and this is Deputy Warden O'Sullivan.
I imagine I will find Hans Schielmann behind these bars in the basement.
Yes, the high security cells are down there.
Is this the only access?
Yes, there was a second door at the end of the main hall, but it's been blocked up as a security measure.
Thank you, Chief Warden.
At your service. If you require further information, Warden Mackenzie will help you. He's at his post in the basement.
Mr. Holmes, I am a huge admirer of yours. I have followed all your cases and successes with the greatest interest.
What enthusiasm. Have you ever thought of a career in the police force?
Have I thought about it? It's my dream. And I'm going to try my chance once this establishment closes down. I'm studying hard for the examination to get into police school.
Interesting.
Tell me about the prisoners, Warden James.
We only have a few. As you might be aware, the days of this place are numbered. Therefore, we no longer receive new prisoners. Those who are already here are among the most dangerous in London. We have 3 at the moment, Hans the Rat Killer and the Flint Brothers.
The Flint Brothers?
Yes, 2 rather simple-minded maniacs who detest one another despite their relation. They massacred their parents and decapitated their neighbours. It took more than 9 policemen to overpower them. See you later, Mr. Holmes.
I'm glad to have been of service, Mr. Holmes.
See you later, Mr. Holmes.
It is the guard's guest book, perhaps for distinguished guests.
Okay, anything else I can quickly look at?
This information board is almost empty. Strange, in view of the activity in the prison. It is about the signing-in book. It is potassium nitrate, isn't it?
Yes. Saltpeter or whatever.
Okay. Okay, I think that is all I can look at. So, oh no.
This device must be the alarm.
Right, I can look at
These
these.
weapons are obviously ready to use in case of emergency.
Okay, now I'm pretty sure that's it. Now it is.
Guards must spend long hours here.
Okay, now I'm done.
Here's the famous high security area.
Warden Mackenzie, at your service, sir.
Good morning, Warden. I have a pass which allows me to speak with prisoner Hunts.
Very well. It is the cell at the end to your left. I'd advise you to walk in the middle of the corridor. Warden Mackenzie, at your service, sir.
Okay, I can't talk to him any further. Oh, okay, I just kind of automatically spun.
What do you want? You're a friend of my brother, are you? That dirty rat. I'm going to have his guts for garters. You've been lucky, little brother. Otherwise, your goose would have been cooked.
Lovely brothers.
Hans Schielmann, I require some information from you.
So, who do we have here? The celebrated Sherlock Holmes himself. Do you know that for all the time I have spent rotting in here, you are my first but only visitor? I think this is cause for celebration. A confrontation between two geniuses, two extraordinary minds.
I am afraid that you are not quite as great a chemist as you believe you are, Mr. Schielmann. I will not say that you never were. No, it was certainly true once. But you see, while you are whiling away your days in here, it appears that someone on the outside is at the point of surpassing you, if that is not already the case.
Yes, I heard about that. A chemical poison that eats away at the flesh and provokes hysteria. I recognize talent when I see it, but it's only a matter of time before I win back my laurels, believe me.
What can you tell me?
That depends on what you can bring to me.
Yeah, great.
What do you want?
Do you know why I am treated so harshly? For my meals I am given nothing but a hunk of bread, and even then not just any sort.
Get to the point.
Never interrupt me! Where was I?
Yeah, this guy is
yes,
crazy.
The bread. Did you know that with a little rye yeast, a pinch of moss, certain cockroach secretions, just enough light and damp, with a few other ingredients that I will keep quiet about, I succeeded in poisoning half the staff here. Unfortunately, a little something was omitted, which would have made the results fatal. Instead, it merely caused acute attacks of stress and powerful hallucinations. Even so, I got a great laugh out of watching them cry like babies when they saw their most primitive fears materializing before them.
You are a monster, Mr. Schielmann.
Thank you.
It wasn't a compliment.
But of course it was! You others, you ordinary, narrow-minded people, you are afraid of anything that you cannot comprehend. You call me a monster because what you find impossible to face is just the slightest fraction of my genius. If by monster you mean someone who is nothing like you, then it is a compliment.
What do you need?
Very little. Just something to write with. You see, my brain races like an engine with too many thoughts. I see them crackle and explode into thousands of formulae right in front of me. What a torture not to be able to write them down. What a hell to see them vanish just as quickly as they appear to me. Just bring me something that I can write with.
That's all. That seems an easy enough request to fulfill.
But listen, I don't want a vulgar inkwell and a pigeon's feather. No, I need material fit for my talent. I want my ink pen. Bring it to me, and I will be happy to pass on to you a little of my knowledge of modern chemistry.
Where is it?
It was confiscated upon my arrival here. I suppose it might be in my locker, in the locker room. Leave me now, and don't come back without my ink pen.
This guy is really creepy.
See you soon, Mr. Holmes. Well, see you soon.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave you be for now.